Thank you, Autumn. Penn State wins the opening tip-off. This matchup officially underway. What an environment here in Carver-Hawkeye Arena.
Well, what Iowa likes to do defensively, they like to go player to player. That's what Lisa Bluter calls man-to-man defense, but they'll mix it up as well. They like to do some triangle and two, and maybe a little zone as well throughout the game, so make sure we're watching for that.
Owusu battles her way inside. She's going to be a key today for the Nittany Lions.
And that's an advantage. Ashley Owusu has a powerful, packed game. So if she gets a mismatch on that block, she's going to let it go.
But there's Caitlin Clark opening the scoring for Iowa.
Going to be keeping track of that right there for Caitlin Clark to become the all-time leading scorer in college basketball history. 63 points away now.
What a dime. Stuelke finishes on the other end. Chesky trying to find some space here. Nittany Lions looking to bounce back, and there's a pretty shot from Shania Pinto.
Pinto shoots it at 33% from range. And so you make that extra pass to her and not rotating in time, she's going to make you pay. She has a quick release on that one.
Penn State has tied things up, but there's a quick response from Martin.
Right downhill.
There's the kick out. Odin's three offline.
And Falter did a great job boxing out right there, keeping her space and able to corral that possession, and that's going to become a piece of defense as well. Who can out-rebound who?
And there's Stuelke getting it done down low, having a fantastic season.
Such a strong finish inside for Stuelke. Great hands by her. All you have to do is throw it in her vicinity and she'll finish it.
Speaking of finishing, Shania Pinto, the graduate.
And that's exactly how she said it. Oh! Off the back. Hey, take a look. Boop, off the back. That's why you have to always see the ball, honey. You have to always see the ball, even if it's just a side eye. Keep your head on a swivel, but if you get tapped on the back with the ball, that's a no-no.
That foul was called on Pinto. That's her first, as well as the team's first here in quarter number one. Martin having a great season, pointed out what a great relationship she has with Clark, but more than 6 rebounds per game to go along with 12.5 points, and shoots 89.5% from the charity stripe, so not a player you want to send to the line too much. Odin into the game, gonna have a big roll. She's denied. Big stop by a Falter.
Yeah, Falter's done a fantastic job closing gaps for Iowa inside.
Big play there by the junior guard out of Chicago, Illinois. Came in with 28 steals, but here's another steal for the Nittany Lions. Odin lays it up and in.
That's what we were talking about.
Nittany Lions also force about 20 turnovers per game as Odin goes to the ground fighting for the ball.
Cheryl Miller galvanized the game. And then before her, Nancy Lieberman. And there's so many more I could name, but I don't want to take away from the game. But it's an ongoing thing. But I think we haven't seen this kind of galvanizing of sports in general in such a long time. So Caitlin Clark has a lot to do with that.
O'Grady finishes.
Iowa averages 21 assists per contest, and 8 of those belong to Clark.
Travel called on Kapanis there in the lane.
Right in front of the basket, to the middle of that B1G logo. That's the basket line, and that's where Iowa has placed their defense.
Clark goes to the hole that time. She missed her last 4 shots, put an end to the scoring drought on that one. Something that the current all-time scoring leader, Kelsey Plum, mentioned about that record looming is that it wasn't a fun time in her life. There is a lot of pressure coming with that. As getting through and scoring, there is Allie Campbell.
Yeah, that was a nice job. It was a matchup zone, and that's men's or women's basketball, Division I.
3-2 strong from the Falter. Pitch ahead pass. Falter a little slow to get up. Three-pointer is true from Kapanis.
Kapanis, a 46% shooter from 3. So when they kick it out to her, she is shot ready and knocked that one in to prove it.
Kapanis averaging just under 11 points per game. Talked about her defensive prowess. Also gets it done in the offensive end, and there's a putback from Stuelke.
Rocking rough and tough inside with that offensive rebound and finish.
All tied up here. Owusu trying to change that. Battles for her own rebound. Taken away. Big defensive play there, and the Hawkeyes going to be tested by Owusu, something that Coach Gluter mentioned, and one opportunity. Stuelke fired up.
Take a look, Caitlin Clark sizing up the defense and then throwing a dart to the weak side to Hannah Stuelke, who finishes it off. And the passion, I'd love to see that. You gotta have fun. I mean, this is a game, right? You gotta feel every moment. It's all about feel.
The big message.
I mean, they have 6 transfers, and that makes a world of difference. And I think Lisa Bluter said the same.
Corner 3 from Marisa's offline. Foul called on the battle for the rebound. Some confusion and boos here. 3 for Penn State as a team in this first quarter, 2 for Iowa. Clark goes all the way, and the contact. That's Caitlin Clark's second foul in just the first quarter. But Clark heads to the bench here. A little bit of early foul trouble in quarter number 1. Owusu. Board, second chance offline. Stuelke the rebound.
That left-right, though, by Ashley Owusu was so quick. I'm sorry for leaning into you, but that was special.
Knocked me out of my chair here.
Oh, my goodness.
And Owusu has that quickness, though. That's something both coaches talked about. Spinning and drawing the contact. Falter going to the line. Junior guard shooting more than 78.5% from the charity stripe. Sunday stream Women's Hoops live on Big Ten Plus when the Lady Lions head to Madison to take on Wisconsin. There's no plus like home. Download Big Ten Plus and subscribe today.
Now, Falter, she's done a tremendous job defensively, as we were speaking of, but she's had 2 games this season where she has had 12 rebounds. So they need that kind of production from her tonight on the glass.
3 ball is true. Shea Chesky, a 40.5% three-point shooter.
She's been watching a lot of film. She's one of those kids that doesn't just come in for practice and leave. Like, she's here early, she leaves late, and then when she leaves, she goes in the film room.
Coach Keeker giving some instructions to her players as Stuelke's first free throw rattles out.
That's right, preparation breeds that level of confidence.
Stuelke makes a second free throw, 48 to play, and she mentioned that she wants Shea Chesky to step up, especially in the absence of Tay Valladay, who is a very vocal leader for this team. And right on cue, Chesky knocks it down. Clark on the bench after that critical charge call changed the momentum. About a 3-second differential here between the game clock and shot clock. Trying to get through. Davis has it knocked away. Owusu gets it ahead to Capitas, puts it home. Big basket for the Penn State Nittany Lions just in time. All right, good stuff there from Autumn. Now looking at the box score from that first quarter, Penn State took 14 threes, something that Coach Keeker mentioned. She wants 40 to be taken tonight.
Yeah, and it's going to happen organically. She's not going to say, hey, take 10 per quarter. She's going to say, lift it, and they're playing freely. But they're playing within the game plan, which you love to see as a coach.
Battle on the floor, jump ball the call. Possession arrow keeps it on this side. We're just starting quarter number 2.
And usually the rule is 1 foul in the first quarter. You can stick with that. But if you have 2 in the first, you got to come out. 3 in the second, you got to come out.
Clark back in, though. 5 to shoot. Oh, what an acrobatic take by Pinto.
Yeah, Pinto just needed a sliver of light along that baseline, and Hannah Stuelke, as soon as those hands went up,
Clark with a tough 3.
Slide to the left. That's what she loves to do on those threes.
Marisa, too strong. Gets her own rebound. Touchdown to play by Clark.
And shooting in rhythm from range.
Clark with a little bit of a slow start to this game by her standards, that is. Martin with the strong putback.
Kate Martin got that one out of the mud.
Just rolls out.
You can see the pace of this game is back and forth.
Martin draws the foul down low. Couldn't get the roll, but shooting more than 40% from 3 here. In addition to Taylor Pierce.
It's just a flat-out bucket for the Buckeyes.
Pushing here, the Nittany Lions. Oh, good idea on the pass. Bounces out of play.
What they're doing they're just missing some shots, but they're playing at the pace that they want to, and it just feels like Iowa is on their heels with it. They just haven't been able to finish on some buckets down in there.
Stuelke rattles home that time.
And Iowa has.
Stuelke now with 12 to lead all scores. Top of the key. Hall puts it home.
Another triple. Just coming into this game, she was 0 for 5.
And there's a big three-pointer. Huge response. Caitlin Clark.
We have 5 consecutive games with 35 or more points for CC.
Nice feed. There's the finish. AJ Ediger gets it done. Owusu, the graduate student guard, transferring in from Virginia Tech and Maryland. Many folks around the Big Ten saying, oh no, she's back because of how outstanding she was for the Terps. And there's an outstanding move down low from Brigham. Owusu was an Ann Myers Drysdale Award winner back in 2021, an All-American. This Penn State defense so tough to break down. Here she brings it up the floor. Three-pointer. Campbell finds the bottom of the net.
Penn State is shooting the leather off the ball here in this first half, and they are just continuing to stay right with number 2 Iowa right now.
Baseline drive, tough reverse.
She rips it through, attacks the hip, and finishes using the basketball on the reversal.
Oh, deep three.
With Chesky being out, she's one of them, and Valladay being out, she's another.
Clark with 11 points so far, going to the free throw line, shooting nearly 85.5%. Makes the first. That's her 20th straight made free throw, by the way.
And you know what makes Caitlin Clark so special is just her awareness and vision. And we cheer on the passes. We always reward good passes because we want to see more of it. And that's what they've done. And Lisa Bluter's time here.
Tough take inside. Foul and contact. Martin goes to the ground. Just shooting, though, over 57.5% from the free throw line. Makes the first. Iowa against Nebraska. Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
That's if she doesn't score 66 today.
Still
it
possible.
Could happen.
Anything's possible. Owusu's shot is short.
And here's Iowa again pushing pace. And this Iowa team averages 91.9 points per game.
Leads the Big Ten and leads the nation. They also lead the nation as Clark puts it off the glass and the foul.
That second line of defense to make the proper shot.
And also leads the nation in assists, 21 per game. They had 25 in the win over Maryland over the weekend. Nice pass. Speaking of assists, how about that dime from Marisa?
Yeah, that was sweet. A nice drop off to the weak side, and that's what you do. You apply pressure with the dribble drive, straight line drives to the rim, and put pressure on the rotation.
Clark for three! Marisa called for the travel. Clark working in the lane. Stuelke goes up strong. Foul called. Coming up, we'll send it back to Rick Pizzo and Shimmy Gray-Miller in our Big Ten Network Chicago studios for the All-State halftime reports. They'll take a look around the conference. Plenty of great moments as Stuelke sinks the second free throw. Oden working on Clark down low. The kick out, tapping his three offline. Clark pushing. Finds Martin for three. The transition look is good. She holds her to the highest standard, and that's so important within a team, even with the star. Is that three-pointer's too strong? Hawkeyes come up with it. You have to have the people around you who will also rise you up and lift you up and hold you to the highest standard.
No doubt. And Caitlin Clark has said Lisa Bluter holds her accountable too.
Stuelke finishes it off that time. There's a three-pointer. Big response from Marisa. Clark hunting for the last shot of this first half of action.
High ball screen with Stuelke. She's going to reject that and get downhill.
Clark all the way in. Foul called. It rolls out. Clark 47 points away from setting a new NCAA women's all-time scoring record. 46 after that last free throw. Baseball pass. The three ball. Oh, so close from Murray.
Caitlin Clark is bringing all the smoke here at Carver-Hawkeye Arena.
And she really lit it up there late in the second quarter. Action back underway. Appreciate you being here. Clark now with 21 points, 4 boards, 7 dimes.
Owusu now gets the defensive assignment of Caitlin Clark. A little more size on her, a little more strength.
Be very exciting to see how that matchup plays out. Owusu talked to us before this about how excited she was for this, the environment. Clark step back rattles out. Stuelke, the putback and the foul. And Coach Bluter talked about how important those were. Her team had the 17-7 edge on the offensive glass, and those points ended up making a big difference. Nittany Lions looking to close the gap here, though, on the other end. There's a sweet dime. Second one taken away.
And Iowa did a good job right there of closing space in the paint, and that's what Lisa Bluter said too. We have to disallow their ability to get inside and get 10 toes down in the paint, and they've done a good job with that, and they've gotten in the paint themselves.
The sweet pass from Clark to Stuelke. She has 8 assists now.
Penn State. As we said, if you're just joining us, if you missed Taylor Valladay out with an injury, didn't come with the team. Everyone else who was able to compete. And you can't feel sorry for
this
yourself.
Penn State team, too, with the pace they like to push at, it's got to take a lot out of you and be tough to go with such a thin rotation when they do want to push and they really want to utilize transition so much.
Right, it's fight or flight, though.
Stuelke.
They have the eye contact, and that tells the entire story.
Anna Stuelke has tied a career high with 22 points.
Almost knocking off USC, Ohio State, Indiana, and Michigan. 3 out of those 4 matchups were decided by single digits as Hannah Stuelke goes up strong. And this is a sleeper team not only in the Big Ten but in the nation. And Penn State has been making tournament aspirations in almost a decade. This could be their year.
And talking about Autumn brought up that loss to 8th-ranked USC. They were 8th-ranked at the time. They've been consistently top 10 throughout the season. That taking place back in November in the Baja Mar Pink Flamingo tournament. That had to be huge for the confidence.
Yeah, it's a measuring stick, for sure. And you want to make sure that you understand who you have on the floor in those instances, and you can understand your personnel.
Stuelke has scored all of Iowa's points until that one here in this quarter.
In the paint points, it's a 36-18 advantage. Look at this early work. Inside by Addison O'Grady behind her, and that's exactly what you want. You savor those moments. If someone's sitting behind you in the post, you just hold that spot and go to work.
And you know a thing or two about that.
Well, I missed it.
O'Grady coming off a nice game, 6 points, a season-high 7 boards against Maryland. Coach Bluter feels like this could be the mix that goes all the way.
Missing on McKenna Warnock and obviously Monica Sonano. 2 starters from their squad last year. They went all the way to the championship game, losing to eventual champ LSU.
Driving here is a falter, but there's an example of a player coming in and making a difference. Owusu here pushing. Nice pass, and the finish from Pintu.
Now the weak side defense by Iowa was ball watching right there when it comes to rotation and being on time with her positioning.
They won 6 straight, just went on this incredible hot streak in 2024. Unfortunately, it seems like the loss of Tay Valladay really disrupted the rhythm a little bit. And you got to point out in this game that now Shea Chesky only played 11 minutes. She has not returned, so just some unfortunate luck for this Nittany Lions team that have really been hitting their stride. Opportunity in transition. Pintu took some contact, no foul. Some pressure right away, and there a foul is called. Pintu called for her 4th, so she is going to step off the floor here as she's in a little bit of foul trouble. Iowa in the bonus, so Stuelke goes to the line on the other end, hits the first free throw.
She has really put in the time, knocked both of those in nice and smooth.
Marisa 3 rattles out. Owusu, back-to-back 20-point performances against Nebraska and Northwestern just over a week ago. Surpassed 1,500 career points as Clark knocks one down.
Beautifully executed there. That's her first bucket this quarter, though, for Clark.
There's the response on the other end.
Megan Gustafson, who has her number hanging here in Carver-Hawkeye Arena. Just signed with the Las Vegas Aces in the WNBA.
Clark's 3 offline, but Gustafson and Clark, 2 of Lisa Bluter's National Player of the Years. Owusu gets in the lane. Foul is called.
I think they missed that one.
Yeah, Falter called for her first.
And you can see that Iowa is still operating in their 5-out motion offense, right? And they're staying disciplined. It doesn't matter what the score is. They stay true to who they are.
Corner 3 is true. Allie Campbell knocks it down. Pitch ahead pass to Stuelke. Just loses the ball.
That's what Iowa has done well all evening long here at home.
Nittany Lions on a 7-0 run in about the last 45 seconds. This team still fighting. Clark took a deflection. Battle for the ball. Bounces out of play. Goes to Penn State.
You know, any little progress, any little gleam of light and hope, she's going to reward that. Running his horns. They like to run a ball screen right there to the opposite post to get downhill. It's Kapanis this time.
Kapanis gets it done on both ends. And the foul.
That depth that we were talking about with the injuries. But she is doing her due diligence within her role.
Women's basketball scoring record held by Kelsey Plum. Clark continuing to count down as Stuelke draws the foul.
Make proper reads at the proper time and not stat hunting, but it's a reminder, right, that that's a pretty spectacular setting a new standard for the ones to come behind her who are probably in this building watching her.
Coach Bluter just talking about how incredible it's been to coach a talent like that, and that she's never seen just this level of joy and love for the game as Stuelke has shown it all night long.
I think he's going to individually cover Stuelke, and she's just going to continue to get a bucket.
Marisa, though, responds. Ten to go here in the third quarter. Clark kicks it out. A falter. Rattles home.
In effect here at Carver-Hawkeye Arena, I mean, 19 postseason accolades for Caitlin Clark last year, including Naismith Player of the Year. Just brings so much respectability to her skill set. And that's what it's about, right? It matters, right? It doesn't matter what the score is. It matters how your effort is set up, and now they're continuing to attack. Now, can you manufacture some defensive stops? But it's got to be in the transition, and that's something that Carolyn Keeger said was going to be a key for them, and she's looking exasperated right now.
Fans on their feet here as Stuelke now has a 30-piece. Now she has her first ever 30-point performance. Sophomore forward showing so much maturity, but you pointed out early in this matchup her ability to be a rim runner and how critical that is for this Iowa team.
It's the percentage for me. She's 12 of 14 from the floor, so she's not shot hunting. She's 12 of 14, and she's running and finishing in transition for the Hawkeyes. So just an impressive showing for the sophomore Hannah Stuelke.
Defensive play, foul called as Clark was trying to shut down Owusu. Some words being said here.
Conversation.
Getting a little bit chippy as that is Clark's third. Lots of intensity in this building, both from the fans and the players. So much competitiveness in the Big Ten play down the stretch. Everyone cooling off there for a second, but Caitlin Clark called for her third. Now she made of that first half with 2.
Here, let's take a look right there. You can see that she wasn't squared up as Ashley Owusu was trying to get to the rack. Back and forth right there between the two. So no strangers to one another.
Owusu there makes the second free throw. She has just 6 points, 6 boards. That one deflected out of play.
I don't think it's a product of taking bad shots. I just think she hasn't gotten the lift that she has needed.
Stuelke!
Another connection with those two. A dynamic duo of Clark and Stuelke inside.
Hannah Stuelke just catching fire here.
Really doing a tremendous job on both sides of the court.
Usu makes the free throw. Clark 6th on the all-time career assist list. By the way, she now has 13 in this game, which is a season high. 18 is her career high. She did it against Penn State, in fact, back in 2022. Still plenty of time to play for Clark to rack up a couple more. Here she's in some traffic, takes some contact, but it's called Penn State basketball.
Let's take a look right here. You see Penn State trying to get some ball screen action, trying to get Owusu on a mismatch, and no call, even though there's some contact there with her getting downhill and connecting with Feuerbach.
Owusu now in double digits and scoring. As a scramble for the ball here, it will stay with the Hawkeyes.
Right? So it's not who it is, it's how they're playing and the philosophy that they stay in tune with and stay disciplined with.
Keep feeding the hot hand that is Hannah Stuelke.
She's going for 40. Hannah Stuelke is on fire.
My goodness. 9 of Clark's 13 assists have gone to Stuelke, by the way. She's one who's eating good tonight, that's for sure. And she should have earned herself a very nice post-game celebratory meal based on this performance.
Absolutely.
Just an outstanding effort from the sophomore forward on Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And once again, single coverage, foul called.
Yep. Feed her. Put the ball downstairs and let her go to work. Look at all that. Most points in a single game in program history. She is right there, 11 points away. Look at those numbers.
Caitlin Clark with 46 and 45. And hey, make room for Hannah Stuelke with 34. Make that 35. But you look at what Penn State's doing defensively there. It was a major mismatch with Jayla Oden on her. She had a huge size advantage, and you pointed out they're not doubling her.
Right.
How quickly do you need to make an adjustment?
But what you like to do is, they're in the horn set, and they just slide her down inside to ISO her 4 out, 1 in. So the help is wide. They can't come in and dig down, or they're going to give up a spray out 3.
Pick your poison with this Iowa team when it comes to defending. Marisa there, though, gets to the cup. Stuelke does it again. She's going for the single game record.
Sweet pass. Look where she comes from, all the way from up top, slides right down the lane, smooth like butter inside. Hannah Stuelke, have yourself a game, my friend. I mean, she has just been fun to watch and continuing to stay aggressive, right? There's no mercy. It's not like, well, I'm scoring a lot, let me let somebody else. No. You go and take yours. Take what's yours, and that's that entire painted area right now for Hannah Stuelke, who has just taken full control. And, with her scoring all of her points in there, she's got a chunk of them, and there she is again.
Foul called. Stuelke mentioned it, an Iowa native. Was the Iowa Gatorade Player of the Year, 45th ranked recruit coming out of high school. Also played volleyball and was all conference in track, so brings just that elite athleticism. The first non-Clark Hawkeye with 30-plus since 2022. You pointed it out, but my goodness, this is a team that is made up of more than just Caitlin Clark. Be done here, Christy.
I'm just taking a break, getting some hydration. Career high 38 for the sensational sophomore Hannah Stuelke. And I think with Shea Chesky being out, I think that really kind of slowed down that notion for the Nittany Lions.
A little hook won't go there for Ediger. Iowa now surpassing 90 points. 17th time they've scored 90 or more.
And the 6th consecutive time this season for Iowa. So they're doing what they would like to do on the offensive end.
Called it on Feuerbach.
Okay.
That's her second. the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app.
So Clark with just the 3 fouls then.
Stuelke getting ready to check back into the game. Clark kick out. Clark for 3. No. Second chance, foul called. My goodness, 15 of 17. Now this Iowa team, a strong rebounding team, average just under 42.5 boards per game, but the O boards down the stretch of the Maryland game were something that Coach Bluder pointed out made the difference. Could that be what separates them here down the stretch against Penn State?
Yeah.
Rusu trying to get her own rebound, runs into her bench. Hawkeye basketball. That's the thing. The Hawkeyes have players who can step up in different moments at different times. They have a multitude of shooters. Davis coming off a 17-point performance against Maryland. As Stuelke does it again. Are you serious?
40 of them. 40 nuggets.
Fans on their feet in disbelief at what they are witnessing. How about Hannah Stuelke?
Hannah Stuelke going to work. Defense sitting straight behind. This one is for a 40-piece nugget. What do you want, barbecue sauce with it? Honey mustard? Look, she's just going to work. And she is staying steady, keeping that ball nice and high. And just putting on a clinic.
Hall going to the line. A falter was called for that foul. It could be beyond that if she made a couple more of those from the charity stripe. Clark.
And I see her on that commercial. She says, like a good neighbor, she sings it like I do. So on key, but it's awesome to see those commercials. And she's wearing the Grinch shoes, the Kobe Bryant shoes, and they just unveiled his statue in LA today. And there's Mom clapping.
Murray tried herself.
Stuelke is running the floor. Look at those legs on the move.
Stuelke draws the foul, will go to the line.
Get tagged, get back to the line. Going for 42 of those things. You'd love to see that hustle.
That's where you see Stuelke being a all-conference track star in high school, coming into play, has the quicks, 6'2", but utilizes that long stride to get up and down the floor so quickly.
Yeah, her gait is beautiful. I mean, she takes long strides and gets herself down the floor with some grace.
Arusu trying to bully her way through. Foul called. Some frustration here from the crowd. Sydney Falter.
Falter gets that one on her.
That's her 4th, so she's another player to keep an eye on. Martin and a Falter both have 4 for the Hawkeyes.
And Megan Gustafson, Monica Sinano. Look at that suit. Ooh, hey. A little sparkle and shine popping on the sleeves. But she is so great with keeping the post play alive. And you know I'm all for that. But Hannah Stuelke is next in line. And she has just shown all the development keys that Jan Jensen has supplied for her.
And there's the 3-ball. Gabby Marshall gets in the mix.
And they were at number 2 earlier on as well. Ohio State upset them when they were sitting at number 2.
Climbed right back up after 3 straight wins following that Ohio State loss. A Falter, though, on the bench for the rest of the game as she has fouled out. That was her 5th on that last play. And another foul called, this time going the other direction.
How to lead themselves so that they can lead each other as a unit. And it's just really beautiful. And I tell her all the time that you can feel that sense of unified force with her program and squad.
You can sense it, you can see it in the play and the track record.
It has just been incredibly impactful in this game on the interior. This is exciting. This is what it's supposed to be. And, you know, sometimes when you look around and you see these sold-out arenas, she said, you know, sometimes it gets overwhelming to just take a look back in the full circle of it all. I was that 10-year-old girl. And that's why she just embraces the moment to give back and pour into the little ones who are watching her and dreaming of one day
Here, her deep three doesn't quite fall.
Just wanted to add to that, you guys. In the midst of the media attention, popularity, and everyone on the radar watch for Caitlin Clark to break the all-time leading score record, I asked Caitlin, does she ever just get a moment to be Caitlin Clark? And she told me she goes outside to stay grounded. She loves to play Fortnite. And cleaning her apartment and doing laundry relaxes her. I wish that was the case for me. But being in the gym, getting shots up naturally relaxes her. And she hasn't wrapped her mind around fully what she's been able to do and the type of history she's been listed, but she's been having fun with it.
Yeah, you got to have fun with it until you're done with it, and you don't want to be done with the game you love.
Ooh, sweet little three-pointer. Got to give Allie Brigham some love. The 6'4" forward from the top of the key.
Yeah, feathery touch right there. Second one on the evening for her.
Clark gets it off the glass. Crafty finish. Didn't peg Clark for a Fortnite player. That corner three rattles out, but she said, you know, whatever it takes to relax, have some fun. She said that's something that's top of mind for her, is to keep her in Iowa City.
For sure. And keep Hannah Stuelke in the paint. It's tough to stop.
Stuelke with 43 points. The record 48 for a single game in Iowa program history, and she's at the free throw line still trying to do damage here with 1:15 to go. Knocks down the free throw.
That was Megan Gustafson. I remember that in the Big Ten tournament. She went silly.
Owusu with a tough finish. 1 minute remaining here. The Hawkeyes looking to close this one out. Clark, another dime. Are you serious?
Oh, my. Second most all time for Stuelke. Nice dime once again. A little pick and roll, baby. Pick and roll. Drop off bounce pass to Stuelke. Defense can't recover. Get one, contain, and another one spouts out. Tonight it's been Hannah Stuelke who spouted out.
12-second differential between the game clock and shot clock. Corner three-pointer comes up short. Owusu pushing. Owusu gets it inside. Shot clock off now. Big pass ahead to Feuerbach.
Yeah. Do they know? I don't know if they know. But, and I know it's sportsmanlike, I get it, but the competitor in me is like, send that down. Get it in. I get it.
9.5 to go. Foul called. Stuelke just 2 points away from setting a new program record for single game scoring, and she's going to check out to an ovation from the crowd. Look at these hugs.
Super cute. Sisterhood. That's what it's all about.
Talk about the empowerment amongst teammates. You can feel that and you can see it here. Last couple seconds tick off, and there's the buzzer.